I don't know anyone who likes angry people. The brain sees anger as a threat. It's the main reason why we run from what may be a difficult conversation. What's even more wasteful is that we teach our children an anger version early in life. Be nice. Don't hit your sister. Go to your room until you can be civil. We shame children for expressing themselves without trying to understand. Anger is a strong emotion that most people feel. We base a lot of things on anger: movies, books, TV shows, emojis. And all of them make anger seem like a bad thing. Marcia Reynolds challenges this very idea throughout the speech, How to Use Anger as a Force of Good for Good by Marcia Reynolds. When I was 12, I was moved from the class of smart kids, who I known all my life, to a class where they were already using drugs and alcohol. I was lonely, confused, and angry. So angry that I stood on my desk and screamed at my teacher. That didn't go well. Years later, I learned I was part of a school socialization experiment that pushed me down a 10-year hole of drug abuse. Instead of punishing me for acting out, I wish someone would have stopped and asked me what my anger was about. Later, I was able to come out of that hole, go on and earn advanced degrees, jump hurdles to corporate management, and own an international leadership and training and coaching business. Once, after speaking at a conference, a woman came up to me and asked me what I did to change my life. I shook her off. She said, I'm not asking to make you feel good. I'm asking because I want to know if there's anything I can do to save my drug addict son. That's when I realized I had to use my research to break down what I did to regain control of my life. Plenty of books will tell you that you need a purpose, deliberate actions, and positive reinforcement to alter behavioral patterns. While this may be true, the secret to initiating change was found in the power of anger. The energy of anger got me out of that hole. Anger was the strong emotional launch that put my desire to change into motion. This is because anger taps into the brain's circuitry for willingness. It fuels the courage to act. When we learn how to channel it, it is the most powerful engine we have. But you can't use your anger if you believe it to be bad or scary. If you don't claim your anger the moment it's triggered, it quickly hides under other emotions. This shift is based on the story we create about what made us angry. We get locked in our stories and the emotions we attach to them. And then we say, well, I'm not angry. Anger makes us ignorant. We feel powerless and we surrender in this story. And then we say there is nothing we can do about it. We clench resentment in our hearts. We soldier on, full of reasons for tolerating what felt hurtful. The excuses are never ending. On the other end of the scale is where we get stuck in a negative loop. We judge, and then we want everyone to agree we're right. Some people go back and forth between lashing out and giving up, and then they bang their heads against the wall. And then they say, oh, forget it. Hiding from anger will squeeze you into silence and poison you with cynicism. The results can be devastating. I stayed angry all my teenage years. Drugs numbed the pain. By the time I was 19, I was a full-blown heroin addict and wound up in jail. My probation officer said I was a hopeless failure. I hung on by complaining and reeling about the inhumanity of it all to the guards. That was a waste, but I felt like I needed to do something about the crappy food and medical care, so I convinced my cellmate Vicky to get all her friends to help me stage a non-violent protest, which ended when 5 male guards rushed in, grabs Vicky and me, and drags us to this isolation room and slams the door behind us. When we got in there, I said, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have got you into this. It was a stupid idea. I'm such a failure. She sprung up, pinned me against the wall, and said, "Failure? You should be proud. You have no idea who you are. You're smart. You're strong. You care about people. You don't give up. When you get who you are in here, you can do anything out there." She was right. Who are these people who told me I wasn't good enough? I'll show them. 3 years after my release, I graduated from Arizona State University. It took a wise woman prostitute to give me the recognition and encouragement I needed. If you don't claim your anger the moment it's triggered, you have to bring the moment back to know what to do with it. Right now, think of someone who's been bothering you for a really long time. Where are you on the anger scale? Have you given up thinking there's nothing you can do, or do you rant about it endlessly? Go back to the starting point. What was it that you wanted that you didn't get? Approval? Understanding? Respect? Was the promise broken? Did you feel betrayed? Catch the moments. Take the story out of your head and look at it. Write it down or tell it to a friend or coach who won't tell you what to do. Tell the story. Name the injustice. Declare the ignorant. Say what it was. This may make your face flush, your body tremble. Yes. Now, you have two options. You can keep it and act on it, or you can release it from the never-ending chatter in your brain. The intensity of your anger will show you whether you should keep it or release it. It is not about what will get you mad. It is about what is important to you. Sometimes we realize our reactions don't match what was intended. The school board meant to help. Your friend did not steal your promotion. You can release it. Releasing it means you choose to feel something else when you recall the triggering event. Many of my clients work in a toxic environment. When they feel their rage and resentment bubble up, they take out pictures of their loved ones. It's impossible to feel angry when you're laughing or feeling loved. Now go back to the moment you were angry. Can you use humor or love to dissolve your irritation? This is how you release it. But what if what you didn't get is important to you? Keep it and use it to activate a change. Once I was so mad at my boss for only giving me negative feedback. Behind his back, I tried convincing everyone of his incompetence. One day, I snapped. "Why did you fire me? I never do anything right." He said, "You always do a good job." Do I have to tell you? Yes, I need to hear it. After a long pause, he said, "Yeah, okay." Asking for what we need does not make us weak. It's empowering. Can you ask for what you need, or is there a change you're afraid to make? Set the dates, even if you're afraid. This is constructive anger now. You can catch your anger the moment it's triggered. This takes practice. But if you know what anger feels like in your body, it would help you choose what to do in real time. Is it punch in your stomach? Do your shoulders tighten? Do you clench your teeth? If you choose to keep it and think what they said or what you hope they would say but didn't do, what they did was hurtful. Let them know what they said or did that triggers your anger. Then request how you want the conversation to continue. They may get defensive. So what? At least you won't be mad at yourself for not speaking up, asking for what you need. When you stop and look into your anger, you choose what to do instead of your emotions choosing for you. Anger kept me moving, even when my resolve was tested through rejections. I faced being a felon, the jobs I didn't get, the people who judged me. Then there was sexual harassment, betrayal by people. I had physical and mental damage from drug abuse. When hope is compromised by anger, it gives me the power to stand up for the life I want to create. Stop avoiding anger. It's not inherently ugly, or dangerous. There's a hidden treasure inside when you're brave enough to look at it. You will know whether you should keep it or release the energy. Thank you.